Hey folks, what's going on? Coach Gav here from Kildare Strength and Fitness. Also being joined by my good friend and fellow Avenger, Captain America, in my car here. Obviously, we're parked up a little. There we go. So, sometimes our progress with training and nutrition is like driving a car, or it's like traveling on a journey, okay? And from that point of view, it is, I'm not being an arsehole here. I have to put my glass on, guys. The glare is hurting my eyes. No, I look like a dickhead. So, most of you're probably driven towards, like, the Red Cow roundabout, okay? And that's quite for our international viewers, like, it's basically like a really big junction where lots of roads all join together and merge over and overlap, okay? Now, you can't wait till the last second to get in your lane to come off at the right exit. You're going to have to make your move a couple of 100 meters in advance. You got to allow enough time, enough space physically to allow you to safely get into the lane, correctly get into the right lane, and then also leaving wiggle room for other drivers and the moves they will and won't make. And that's like when you're working towards any goal at all. You're going to have an end date. You're going to have a point at when you want to achieve your goal, okay? So you can't be like getting married in 2 weeks and be like, right, fuck it, I'm really going to knuckle down for these 2 weeks and make a change. You can't be due to pay a bill and then like a couple of days or a couple of weeks later we're like, okay, now I'm going to start putting money aside. And sometimes it happens all too late. And I'm as guilty as the next person, where you do leave it to the last second. And sometimes you might get away with it, and other times, though, it might not pay off. And there's a big difference there. Because just because, getting away with something means, okay, yeah, you did it. But it doesn't mean that, okay, you did it, and then you got, like, the bonus benefit that came along from doing something as well. So it is like that kind of, and that's why giving adequate time to your goals is so important. A lot of times people's goals aren't the issue. It's not a case that your goal is too big or your goal is too unattainable. The issue is that you've not given yourself enough time to get from where you are to where you need to be in an accurate, efficient, safe, effective, maintainable manner, okay? And all those elements there I've just listed off are all important, okay? Absolutely, don't get me wrong. If someone needed to drop weight in a fucking hurry, there's a lot of ways we could do it. Are they safe? No. Are they maintainable? Fuck no. Are they realistic? Absolutely not. Would I recommend them? No. I'd gouge my eyes out and burn my certificates before recommending some of those protocols. And that's not always that's not always the popular thing. That's not always what people want to hear. But in life, generally there's things that we want to hear and what we need to hear. And more often than not, the things we need to hear are what we should be listening to. Because the things we want to hear, aren't really great. Even kind of, I was talking to, it goes back a few weeks now, I was talking to somebody about kind of different cultures in society. And where, give or take, that in Indian culture, people don't like disagreeing. So if I'm working with a person of Indian culture or that kind of stuff, and I'm saying, well, the sky is green, they'd be like, oh yeah, absolutely. As opposed to correcting me and be like, no, here, listen, sunshine, the sky is blue. So, it's, at that point, makes no fucking connection to this at all. No way it did. Crap. See, this is the joy of live videos. Or if you're watching it back on YouTube, this is obviously our live feed off our Facebook. So, like, give yourself plenty of time to allow these things to go. What was I talking about there? Yeah, safe, maintainable, kind of realistic. Oh yeah, yes, there we go. It's talking about, like, our approach isn't always the popular thing, or it's not always what people want to hear. But to follow on from a point from episode 6, kind of, you have to pay now to get the result later. It's not like you go for a meal and you get given the food now and then you give money at the end of it. Your training and nutrition and changing your life requires payment now and delivery later, okay? And it's like ordering something from Amazon. You pay now, you receive later. Like most things in life, you have to go that way. There's a payment now and there's a receiving of the goal later on. But unlike with ordering a meal, time-wise, it's a little longer. It's all relative, of course, changing your habits. And that's where it comes back to then as well. You can lose weight, not change your habit, and you've only, I'd say not only have you not achieved your goal, you've actually fucking reinforced the issue here. So you've managed to go and, oh yeah, I'm down weight, but you've done so in a manner that reinforces or strengthens or encourages your bad habits to continue on. So your poor choices, your poor point of view, your poor relationship with food. Jesus Christ, it's fucking warm in the car, lads. Oof. There we go. So that's kind of where we're going to go with it. And we're going to wrap it up here now as well. And even doing a video, I mean, it's 10 to 8 on Saturday evening. The whole point is, again, it's the consistency of it all as well. For you guys knowing, right, there will be a live feed pretty much every day. And as we go on and as we hit like 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s and so on, even tomorrow, like we have the match at Wexford. So we'll probably do a live broadcast early in the morning. Sometimes you need to just fit in, you need to fit in the activities. Like I have a minimum list of things I need to do every day to get me ahead of my goals every single fucking day. And they're very small things. It's reading, it's meditation work, it's journaling, all these different things that are all done. Now I knew I was going to be out today for most of the day, so I just did all that work earlier in the day. I probably should have done the live video. Well, my plan was to do the live video earlier, but just I got sidetracked with stuff. So as you go on, these are all things to watch out for then as well. But the final point I want to finish up on here is that remember, getting to your goals is like it is like driving a car, or it's like making your move in traffic. You got to make you can't. It's so not that you can't, but you shouldn't, and it's really risky to leave that move to make that last turn really, really close to the time. Do it when you can. Do it as early as possible so you don't have to do that, so you're in more control of the situation. You're not in full control. We're never in full control. There's always variations of things that are going to go on then as well. Alright folks, that's it. I'm off. Take it easy. I'll talk to you tomorrow in episode 8. Bye.